So, what if the very system that's supposed to be lifting creators up is, well, what if it's actually designed to make their work worthless? We're about to dive into a fascinating analysis of the creator economy, and it reveals a pretty shocking truth. There's a value annihilation engine at the heart of it all, and it's driving the value of human creation straight down to zero. But, and this is the important part, there's a proven blueprint for a solution, and we're going to walk through it step by step.
And I want you to really think about that question. What if creators were paid 23 times more? Now, that's not some fantasy number I just pulled out of thin air. It's the actual calculated result of a totally different economic model. And in this explainer, we're going to show you exactly how that's not just possible, but why it's probably necessary for creators to survive what's coming.
Okay, so first up, we have to understand the threat. The source material for this analysis calls the current system a value annihilation engine. And that's a powerful phrase, right? It's not just saying the system is flawed, it's arguing that it is actively designed to devalue the work that people create. And the problem really starts here with something called a revenue pool. You know, when you pay your $10 a month for a streaming service, you probably think your money goes to the artists you actually listen to. But it doesn't. Not really. It all goes into one giant pot. And then that pot is divided up based on who got the most streams overall. So if some mega superstar has a viral hit, their success is literally taking money out of the pockets of the smaller indie artists you might love. It's a zero-sum game from the start. Now, let's add the first very potent ingredient into this crisis cocktail, generative AI. This tech can just churn out an endless, and I mean endless, stream of music, art, and content for basically zero cost. So the market is being absolutely flooded with a tsunami of stuff that took no human effort to make. And here's the second part of the equation that makes it all so dangerous. That infinite supply of AI content, it's being dumped right into that same fixed revenue pool we just talked about. The amount of money in the pot isn't getting any bigger, but the number of creations fighting for a piece of it is just exploding towards infinity. And, well, here's the result. It's just simple math. When you have infinite supply crashing against a fixed amount of money, the value of any single piece of work, especially one that a human poured their heart and soul into, it gets driven down and down and down, basically towards zero. And as the source points out, this kind of system hits Black creators especially hard because they've historically been denied the one thing that could protect them: ownership. Now, this isn't just some abstract theory. Let's look at a real-world case study of how this value-killing engine actually works. You might remember the WoW Gospel compilations. They were a huge success, selling over 30 million albums. But the business model behind them was, from the very beginning, structurally doomed to fail. This table just lays it all out so clearly. It really shows the night and day difference between a model designed to extract value and one designed to cooperate. The WoW model was all about a parent corporation taking value from the artists. But a cooperative model, which we're about to get into, is all about empowering the creators themselves. Just look at these numbers. It's just mind-boggling. For every single $15 CD that was sold, the actual artists who made the music were left to split less than $1. Let that sink in. They sold 30 million albums, generating hundreds of millions of dollars, but they saw almost none of that money. So what happens in a system like that? It creates this death spiral. The most successful artists, the ones with the most leverage, they do the math and realize, hey, I can make way more money on my own. So they leave. And when they leave, the quality of the product drops, fewer people buy it, and the whole thing just falls apart. It's inevitable. Okay, so we've seen the problem pretty clearly. It's a big one. But now, let's talk about the solution. And it comes from a place you would probably never expect: the outdoor gear retailer REI. Seriously. They built a blueprint that directly fixes the failures of that old extractive model. See, REI isn't just a store. It's a consumer cooperative. It has over 25 million members who are also its legal co-owners. This isn't some tiny fringe idea we're talking about. This is a multi-billion-dollar company built entirely on the idea of shared ownership. And it holds the key to fixing the creator economy. So, how does this whole co-op thing actually work? Well, it's surprisingly simple. The members shop at the store. The co-op makes a profit or a surplus, and then it gives a chunk of that profit back to the members. It's called a patronage dividend, and it's this incredibly powerful idea that completely aligns the goals of the business with the people it's supposed to serve. This slide really nails the core difference. A cooperative aggregator like REI, its whole job is to grow the entire pie for everyone involved and then share the rewards with its members. An extractive platform, like a streaming service, is designed to be a middleman, to take a slice of the pie for itself and its outside investors. Totally different philosophies.
Okay, so how do we take this amazing blueprint and bring it into the creator economy? The source proposes this brilliant model called MP365. It's a producer cooperative designed specifically for music and book publishing. And here it is. This is the slide that says it all, the 23x difference. Look at this. For every million units sold, a streaming platform pays creators about $21,000. The old WoW model, a little better, paid around $39,000. But under the MP365 cooperative model, creators would get an estimated $900,000. The difference isn't just a little better, it's an absolute game changer. And this new model is built on what you could call a creator's bill of rights. Number one, creators keep 100% ownership of their work. Period. Their work is protected from being devalued by AI and, maybe most important of all, the entire system is owned and run by the creators themselves. Now, this bundled value doctrine is a really genius move. It's a powerful defense against that value collapse we talked about. By saying music can never be sold by itself, it has to be bundled with a book and an audiobook, you anchor its value to something AI can't just replicate: human meaning, story, and wisdom. This makes the art immune to that race to the bottom we see on streaming platforms. So as we wrap up, it's important to see that this is about so much more than just finding a better business model. It's really about who gets to hold the power in the creative world. This quote from the analysis just says it all, doesn't it? Getting a bunch of streams or being visible online, that's not the same as building real wealth. That visibility is temporary. It's fleeting. Only owning your work, owning the platform, creates real, lasting economic power that you can actually build on and pass down. And for Black artists, this isn't a news story. It's a story that's been playing out for over a century. From the blues pioneers in the 20s who were paid a small flat fee for timeless music, to the rock and roll legends who were cheated out of their own publishing rights. The pattern of denying ownership to Black creators is a long and shameful one in our cultural history. And that's why the real goal here isn't just about creators getting paid fairly. It's about cultural sovereignty. It's about making sure that a sacred cultural inheritance, like Black gospel music, is owned, governed, and protected by the very community that brought it into the world. It is, at its core, about taking back control. So, at the end of the day, it all boils down to this fundamental choice for every creator out there. Are you going to be dependent on these extractive platforms, or are you going to build a new future based on cooperative ownership? That's the choice, and the answer will truly define the future of creativity as we know it.